know if you guys have been getting ads for this game, Time Princess Dress Up, but I've been getting tons of ads for this game on Instagram and YouTube and seemingly everywhere else. And for a long time I just tried to ignore them and move on with my life, but I eventually decided that if I have to look at these ads every day, I might as well make them useful. So I am going to be playing this game on YouTube and talking about whether or not it is historically accurate. I never thought that I would be running a gaming channel, but this uploading every other week thing is really forcing me to branch out into new areas because I cannot sew fast enough to upload sewing content every other week. So let's get ready to cringe together. I have a feeling we're going to be cringing because I really don't think that it's going to be good if the ads are anything to go by. Our adventure begins here. All right, unfolding destiny. The life of a book's protagonist is often filled with exciting stories and events. I wonder what awaits me as it's cut off, as Marie Antoinette. Start. Swan Lake. Okay, there was something interesting about Swan Lake there, but we're not going to know what it was.
Ugh. Your Majesty, please get up now. You mustn't let the king see you in this unkempt state.
I look down. My hands, my body, feel alien to me. This grand room and luxurious bed. Where am I? Okay, this is not Versailles. I have been to Versailles, and it was kind of underwhelming actually, but this is not Marie Antoinette's bedroom.
Your Majesty, if you don't get up, the king will punish us.
The king will punish you for not getting out of bed? I'm not an expert on the etiquette of Versailles, but I'm quite sure that that is not true. I squint at the woman in front of me. Who is she? Did she just call me Your Majesty? I'm aching all over. My head is splitting as though I've not slept all night. I take a few deep breaths and my head clears a little. She glares at me as though she wants to incinerate me.
Headache again? Did you... My goodness, you must have been gambling all night again.
Okay. They've included Marie Antoinette's gambling addiction. I'm impressed by that. By the inclusion, not by the gambling addiction.
You knew the king doesn't approve of gambling. He's even banned all gambling within the palace.
No, okay, no, I don't want to leave the story. I just want to... I can't turn the volume down. I'm just going to try turning the volume down on here. Okay.
If His Majesty finds out, we'll all be punished.
Madame Daigneau. Madame Daigneau attended on Marie Antoinette after she married into French royalty. Madame Daigneau is the Queen's head lady in waiting and is in charge of the Queen's lessons in decorum, language, and court dances. I freeze. Why do I know the name of a total stranger? A wave of memories and feelings crashes down on me. I suddenly recall gambling and drinking with a bunch of aristocrats. I also realize who I am. I'm Marie Antoinette, the wife of Louis XVI of the House of Bourbon. I know, the little insect thing just told you that. The Bourbons achieved royal... I'm not going to read all of that. But they've got some historical stuff there. It's that queen who got her head cut off during the French Revolution. The French Revolution occurred on the 14th of July, 1789. I would say that it began on the 14th of July, 1789. It's difficult to have an entire revolution in just one day. Also, I'm going to lower this down because it's starting to hurt, so my head's going to be at a lower angle. Her? Why her? Good heavens, you chose... Well, I guess I chose it for you, so I guess it's my fault. I touch my neck, self-consciously. Despite the warm sunlight streaming through the windows, a chill goes down my spine.
Your Majesty, are you still feeling unwell? It's almost time for you to see the king. You must get changed and into proper clothing and hurry to him.
My mind is in chaos. I make a sound, but just can't seem to move.
Your Majesty! There's no time! What are you waiting for?
Refuse to get changed or get changed. What should I do? I feel like refusing to get changed is going to bring the game nowhere, so let's get changed. My thoughts are still scrambled, but she's right. I shouldn't tarry. All right, help me get changed.
I'm truly grateful for your cooperation, Your Majesty. I prepared this outfit for you. Please put it on.
All right, let's see. These are my expectations. Wow! Okay. So there's a lot going on there. Since the French Revolution hasn't happened yet, I'm guessing that this takes place in kind of the mid-1780s, late 1770s to early to mid-1780s. This dress gives the vaguest hint at the 1780s. That could be inspired by a caraco jacket. But yeah, there's not a lot historical going on here. I'm not even go through and point out everything that isn't historical, because that's everything. Really the only thing that is even vaguely historically inspired is this kind of bodice thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. So I can't see the shape of these shoes. They look vaguely 18th century shaped, but these little rosettes and whatever is going on with these frills is nothing to do with the 18th century or good taste. She takes me to the changing room. It's important to wear the right clothes to play your part right. Don't worry, I'll help you the first time. Tap here to see what kind of outfit you need to pass the stage. Pass the stage? I need to be grand. Wear clothes that have tags and to pass the stage more easily. So the tags are grand, elegant, and Queen Marie. I feel like whatever she's wearing is going to be Queen Marie, since she is Marie Antoinette.
One needs to be dressed in a grand and elegant outfit when one is meeting the king. Not only does it befit your status, but it is also a good display of your queenly demeanor.
Okay, if she wants to be dressed grandly and elegantly, she should certainly not pick out the dress chosen for her by that woman. Use the search function to quickly find clothing styles that have these tags. Grand, what do they need to be? Grand, elegant, and elegant. Okay, now all clothing items that match these tags will be displayed. Tap and hold an item to check out the details. Okay. Look, this clothing item has the tags you need. Isn't that just great? No, it's not. Oh dear. Okay, no, I don't want to try on other outfits. I want to look at this one more closely. Look how the ruffles in the skirt move when I move her. Look at her sleeves. Looks like some sort of sea creature. Oh, she looks like a jellyfish. All right. Oh dear. Yeah, there's nothing even remotely historical about this. She looks pretty happy about it, though. Weren't there shoes as well? Oh wow. Oh, that's stunning. Really stunning. All right. I'm ready. So that hair is not remotely 18th century. Good, great, perfect. That is not perfect. That is not perfect. That is miles away from perfect.
His Majesty will be delighted with how you look.
Well, at least that makes one of us. Thank you, Madame Danieux.
I'm only doing my duty.
I realize that I'm about to see my Marie's husband. I'm suddenly very nervous. Will he notice anything different about me? It's my first time seeing him, so I must be careful. As far as Madame Danieux is concerned, I can give them credit for not putting her in some big powdered wig or something like that. So, I mean, that's a point in their favor. The palace is grand and luxuriously decorated. It seems unreal. This is also not Versailles. So I don't know where she is, but she's not in Versailles. It feels strangely familiar, even though I've never seen it before. I don't know if it's because I partied all night or if it's because of the corset squeezing all of the air out of me, but I suddenly feel really dizzy. Feeling faint, I accidentally step on my hem. How did you step on the hem of your dress? It's scooped up in the front. And stumble. As I'm about to fall, I squeeze my eyes shut. Why? Oh, I missed that. Careful. Who's he? Pardon me, Your Majesty. No, pardon me, Your Majesty. Please watch your step. His arm is around my waist. After making sure I've recovered my balance, he lets go of me and swiftly steps away. Okay. Mary's memory tells me that he's the Marquis de Lafayette. So he looks like nothing like the Marquis de Lafayette, but the Marquis de Lafayette was a real person, and he did have interaction with the French royal family. So that's correct. He also assisted in the American Revolution. He stares at me keenly, as though he's scrutinizing me, then frowns. Your Majesty, as the Queen of France, you must uphold the highest standard of decorum. Why are you lecturing me about decorum? Aren't I the Queen? Some random marquis is lecturing me how to behave? I don't think so. The nerve! I'm just... I don't know why you're unwell, but you should remember that your actions represent the royal family. Your conduct affects the king's reputation, and that of France, too. All right, mister. You don't know how to dance. Learn how to dance. Learn to clean up your own sty before crying to me about mine, okay? I must report to the king now, so I shall take my leave. Please excuse me. Yes, you're excused. Go away. I don't like you. You're rude. He stalks off, but I still feel the warmth of his hand around my waist. Please don't tell me that we're going to end up having an affair with the Marquis de Lafayette. Taking his attitude into consideration, and Madame Dagneu's tone of voice, I guess that I'm not very welcome here. That's true. Marie Antoinette was kind of a pariah at Versailles, in spite of being the Dauphine and later the Queen. Although by the time she was the Queen, she was less of a pariah. It's a miracle that I now have a chance to experience the life of a queen, but what a dire situation to be in. I take a deep breath, pull up my skirt, again you don't need to, it's got that historically inaccurate dip in the front, and continue walking towards the carriage. Towards the carriage? What carriage? The corridor ahead seems incredibly long, and ends in a huge, ornate door covered with irises. What lies beyond that door? I have no idea. But now that I have become the queen, I must go on. Oh. What's this? Okay. Prima updo. Well, it's slightly more 18th century than the hair that she was just wearing, but not much. I need to wait until I can examine it more closely to actually critique it. Awesome! You've completed the first part of the story. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next. Tap here to continue the story. You can enter the other story worlds from here. The life of the Queen is far from what I've expected. You've been the Queen for what, 2 hours? I'm surrounded by genuine friends, and of course, others with ill intentions. I will need to be cautious here. You haven't met any friends, or anybody with ill intentions for that matter. I start reminiscing. The memories are hazy. Are they real or just a dream? My childhood was spent in Schönbrunn Palace, and my mother, Maria Theresa, was busy ruling the country. Okay, this is true. When I turned 14, I was married off to the French crown prince for the future of both France and Austria. I still remember what my mother said to me before I left. Do so much good to the people of France that they will be able to say that I have sent them an angel. Oh, we're back here again. Clear morning light streams into the room. I'm lying on soft, silky sheets in Mary's bed. Everything feels unreal. What is with this whole silky sheet thing? You wouldn't make sheets out of silk. The only comfortable silk would be satin, and you can't wash that. My face feels wet, and I realize I've started crying. Is this because I'm in Marie's body? Her feelings and memories keep flowing into my mind, and it feels like I've become her. Well, you have! She's kind of stupid. Ooh, this is actually... What this woman is wearing is a lot better than the dress that shall not be named. It's not perfect, but it is definitely much more 1780s. Good day, Marie. I don't know why I said it like that. Good day, Marie. Leonard is already waiting outside with a stunning outfit. I'm sure you'll like it. Leonard. Okay, editing me will insert a clip talking about Leonard and who he was. I'm really excited that they included him. Leonard Alexis Authier was a real person, and he did have interactions with Marie Antoinette. You may recognize him as this guy from Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette.
Mr. Leonard!
However, in real life, Leonard was Marie Antoinette's hairdresser. For some inexplicable reason, this game has decided to turn him into her dressmaker. In real life, that position was held by a woman named Rose Bertin. Why this game decided to replace her with Leonard is a mystery to me. Oh, why are you crying? Did the king find out you were gambling with us all night? Did he punish you? Her doe-like eyes are worried. She's my closest friend, and one of the few in Versailles who truly cares about me. Oh, so they are supposed to be in Versailles. Okay. Well, I want to know why they redecorated. Okay, so if this is her closest friend, and this is either going to be the Princesse de Lamballe or la Duchesse de Polignac. Let's see if it's either of them. I'm not Marie, but I'm really fond of her. It's hard to tell the difference between Marie's feelings and my own. No, he didn't. The king suddenly had to discuss something with Lafayette, so we didn't meet in the end. Don't worry about me. I was just thinking about my mother and my past in Schönbrunn. That's all. Are you homesick? I should make Gugelhopf. Should I make Gugelhopf and croissants for you? Gugelhopf are known for their crown-like shape. It's made with soft yeast dough, and different regions have their own special additions to the cake. So how do you know how to... Oh, I showed her how to make them. You showed me how to make them. They probably won't taste quite the same, but I can try. I don't think Marie Antoinette knew a whole lot about how to bake a Gugelhopf. She may have had a taste for them and had the French cooks learn how to make them, but I can't really see Marie Antoinette doing a ton of baking. That would be nice. Thank you, Gabrielle. Gabrielle. Did you say that Leonard's waiting outside? That's right. He can bring in the new clothes while I go bake the pastries. But if you're still feeling unwell, I could ask him to come back another day. What do you say? Wouldn't that be troublesome for him? Not to worry. I'm sure he'll understand. Oh, what is that pose? Gabrielle! Don't stand like that. The gossamer curtains flutter in the morning breeze, accompanied by birdsong. Everything seems perfect. Gracious, most gracious queen, you're as lovely as... No, I'm sorry. This picture, what? He's wearing pink nail polish. Looks like Pennywise. What are you wearing? My goodness. Such a grand beauty. Stifled. My heart is in pain. Well, he doesn't like the dress that we were put into either. Why aren't you dressed according to my guidelines? Why is everybody trying to control how I dress? It's not that bad, is it? Madame Dagneau said it was the most suitable way to dress in the palace. Oh, no. Why did you let her pick your clothes? You're the queen and mistress of the Palace of Versailles. You can wear whatever you like. She's so old-fashioned and boring. Ah, my eyes are burning. I can't look at this any longer. Never mind, my dear. Yesterday the king told me to design something just for you. Something that your beauty deserves. It's kind of debatable whether or not Marie Antoinette was beautiful. Her own mother said that she was possessed of very little brains and very little beauty. His Majesty? Why would he... The king told me that he wants to apologize for not seeing you yesterday. So this is a little surprise present from him. Quick, try this on. I spent all night sewing it. No, I'm sorry. The most skilled dressmaker cannot single-handedly create an 18th century gown in one night. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Leonard's smiles is infectious. Everything feels sunny again. The clothes are beautiful, and I can't wait to try them on. Okay, which is this one? Okay. There's a lot of unpacking to go on here. So the lace that's kind of underneath those tassels, that looks like it could actually be an 18... Oh, I can zoom in. That looks like it could potentially be to an 18th century design. She's got this collar thing here. Looks like it's being kind of... It's mimicking a fichu or a neckerchief, which would have been worn by all classes of women in the 18th century, even by Marie Antoinette. However, it would have been either kind of tied into a little knot at her chest or tucked into her stays. These kind of things look like they could be the robings that women would have on their gowns, kind of next to their stomachers. And they would use that to pin the stomacher in. But the stomacher seems to come out from underneath. So it's like she's wearing... What? How? So this gown is very mildly 18th century inspired. Like the lace pattern, potentially she's got something inspired by robings and a stomacher, some sleeves and a fichu, but that's about it. Okay, so this hair is facing upwards, so this hair is kind of 18th century inspired. It's not really elaborate enough. There should be buckles on the side, those little side rolls. There's none of that going on, and I don't need to tell you that this kind of like 1960s beehive with these tentacles brushed up around it is not 18th century. You knew that, right? Were there earrings or something? Yes. Oh. Okay. I have no complaint about those. Marie Antoinette would probably have worn something a little bit more ostentatious, but those are fine. It's a sad, sad state of affairs when the earrings are the most historically accurate part of your historical dress-up game, though. Look, they've got like an actual 17th century or 18th century portrait over there. Why couldn't they have taken more inspiration from that? Perfect! You're the loveliest woman in all of Versailles! The loveliest in the world! I spin slowly in front of the mirror. I'm totally awed by how stunning the outfit is. Oh my, it's so pretty. Thank you, Leonard. It's my pleasure to make you the most stylish queen. I shall take my leave. I will show you my latest design next time. Ta-ta! So I think we're gonna leave it there. This chapter still has a little bit left, but this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm just gonna leave it there, and if you guys want to, then we can see what's gonna happen to Marie Antoinette and the mysterious Gabrielle next time. My overall thoughts on this game so far are painful. The costumes really have nothing to do with the 18th century. The few men that we've seen are better than the women, but still not great. As far as the women's costumes go, I guess we could say that the dresses are long, but that's about it. Anything further than that, and you have to really start stretching and making some leaps. As far as the plot line goes, they do have like historical characters and they have some historical plot points, but they're clearly not very well researched. There was that Madame Danu person whom I could not find any evidence of her existing in real life. If you do have evidence of her existing in real life, then please let me know, and I will retract that criticism. They had Leonard, but they changed his occupation for some arbitrary seeming reason. So they've clearly done a tiny bit of research, but it seems like the extent of their research was just kind of reading a Wikipedia article. Not even reading it, skimming a Wikipedia article. So they have some names and some basic facts, but they are playing very fast and loose with the details and other facts. But maybe it will improve. As time goes on, I kind of doubt it, but maybe it will. A huge thank you to Sandra White, Kit Kat Stitch, Mary Royal, and Emily Donnelly for supporting this channel on Patreon. If you would also like to support this channel on Patreon, there will be a link in the description below. If you can't, that is also fine. I'll also link to my Instagram below if you'd like to follow me there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Is there something else? Turn on the notification bell. I swear, YouTube is getting too complicated these days. See you next time. Bye-bye.